Por el Grupo Demócratas y Liberales por Europa, el señor Szent-Iványi. Sí, 4 minutos.
Thank you. Mr. President, Madam Commissioner, Mr. Secretary General, dear colleagues, 2 days ago, North Korea crossed a red line. The Presidency of the European Union, in its declaration, strongly condemned the nuclear test, which is unacceptable. The Presidency signalled its willingness to work in close cooperation with the international community for a decisive international response to this provocative act. Mr. Secretary General and Madam Commissioner confirmed and repeated this stance. I am very happy about it, and I do welcome this statement, but we are looking forward to its strict implementation. North Korea has always tried to negotiate this way, with threats and intimidation. It has worked for them so far, but we must be clear that it will not work for them this time, and not anymore. There seems to be an unprecedented international consensus on possible countermeasures against the North Korean regime. Let's take this opportunity to send a clear signal that we will not tolerate acts that lead to instability and further increase tensions. North Korea's action is a threat to the regional stability because it might trigger a regional arms race that is highly undesirable. It is also a threat to our own immediate security if North Korea succeeds in enhancing its position in illegal arms trade with shady regimes, not to mention international terrorist organizations. While dealing with North Korea, we must also keep in mind Iran. By taking a firm stand in this matter, we also create incentives for Iran to return to the negotiating table. North Korea must refrain from further tests and unconditionally return to the six-party talks. At the same time, it must be obvious to all participants that the aim of the six-party talks is to convince North Korea to abandon its military nuclear program and provide for its participation in the NPT regime. Nothing less is acceptable. That we have to achieve now. We can be flexible on modalities and specifics, but we must be firm in principles. North Korea must see that a military nuclear program is not a way to guarantee its safety and stability. We have seen in the past years that North Korea can be open to limited but mutually fruitful economic cooperation with its neighbours as well as other partners. The European Union and other donors have provided substantial humanitarian aid, as Madam Commissioner indicated a few minutes ago. And we were always open to further assistance and continuing dialogue, but with condition now. The question is, why does North Korea turn its back to the international community now? The answer is simple. The leaders of North Korea think that they have nothing to lose. They are wrong. The price they have to pay for growing international isolation and possible sanctions will dramatically increase. We already know that they don't care much about the welfare of their own population. But with such irresponsible acts, they risk international support and cooperation for gradual opening and reforms, without which the political and social structure of their country is inevitably going to collapse. They might understand no other argument, but they must understand this argument. Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, señor Szent-Iványi.